Set to go now on 1st and 10.
What is it? You.
To the tight end, likely. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
No, we changed it. 13. Sit up.
Jackson out of the pistol. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Now it's a bootleg with Jackson. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
Little backyard football here by the quarterback. It looked like he was running around the playground in his early days. The disruption of the timing early was the key, and from that point on, him and his receiver just unable to get on the same page.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Going up top and looking for Andrews. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Oh, the coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
First rule of backed-up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Will. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
There. 14, got it.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. This one down the field for Freiermuth. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, tonight. Shot. Shot.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Hey, report.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Jackson looking to throw. That one intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now it's Wilson. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. And 3rd down coming up. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. We'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. A give right up the middle to Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets up to the 24.
Middle.
He finds Likely, his tight end. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Real quick, ready?
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. He'll try and run for this with Henry. And he'll have the first down. He'll get him up around the 37. From the gun, Jackson. Down the field, he's got Aguilar. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll motion over Flowers. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he will score. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll find his big target. Had Freiermuth.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And he's going to have the 1st down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design.
A hit, and he has lost the football. I believe one of the Steelers was in there and brought it in. He did. So it stays with Pittsburgh. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Another run here with Harris. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. Going for it all. He's got it! And he will dive into the end zone. 70 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play. and find himself in the end zone.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. He'll go again here with Henry. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Now Jackson, this a designed run. Inside the 20. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. We talk about a quarterback who can hurt you both ways. That is the one-way defenses just can't stop him. All that speed, taking it the distance.
You're exactly right, Mike. This is just one of the elements of the quarterback position that is just so hard for defenses to account for. When they get themselves in space, they in essence turn into a running back. And once they get out in front, there's no catching them.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Going to get that into the hands of his receiver, Mike Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Once again, it's Warren. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Play action. Now Wilson. That one underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Report.
Lamar going to work from the pistol. That's to the tight end, Kohler. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On 2nd down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. They're going to go right back to Henry. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Baltimore. They'll run it with Henry. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
13. Sit up.
They'll give it going left. There's Henry. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down.
2-1, ready? Alpha, sit on. 180. Nice shot.
They'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Henry. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Ravens bring their punt team out as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. First down throw there is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Austin brought in motion. On 2nd down, Wilson. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
And after that completion, they don't have enough to move the chain, so it's all going to come down to this. If they want any opportunity to go down and kick themselves a field goal, they've got to convert here on this 4th down. They need their best play. Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
No, we changed it.
On the give, here's Henry. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. On the option, they give it to Henry. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
DC, ready? DC. Come on. Cut.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal. It's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
What a shot!
In motion comes Andrews. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Now he takes off, and he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all three phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore. We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. And this is going to be out of bounds. Flags come in. That is a brutal mistake to start the game. Opening kickoff, out of bounds, brings the ball to the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. Down the right sideline. And he will score. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Spot that.
Here's Wilson. A quick throw on target to Pickens.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Check.
On the ground, this is Harris. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
Williams in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Warren. He'll take this down inside the 30. That is Nnamdi Madubuike there to bring him down. 2nd down and 8. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Ravens out front, and we're back to the Steel City after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Trying left side, and here's Harris. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now the veteran, it's Cordero Patterson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Now Russ. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jackson now to throw on first down. This is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it. And the Steelers are on top. It's now 10-7. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. A first down throw for Jackson. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. On 1st and 10, Jackson. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Jackson now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. To the air one more time with Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Jackson. That's complete to the veteran, Nelson Aguilar. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
He's got it at the 7. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Here's the fullback, Ricard. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Go with their fullback trying to get it. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Tucker's extra point, up and good. And the Ravens are on top. It's 14-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. Working free downfield. It is Williams. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Double count. Cut. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Cut.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Off he goes. Jackson so nimble. He's got the first down and wisely gives himself up at the end.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10.
Hey, 0-0-0. Cut.
Back to throw. Wilson. That is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson. Now Lamar going to hang on to it.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
Play action now. Jackson. That is brought in at the 10. He is in. Nelson Aguilar. Touchdown, Ravens.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Tucker for the point after. It's up and through. And the Ravens move out to a 24-10 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Patterson now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Up, 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 up. Here we go, side.
On the ground, here comes Patterson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Hey, 5, right.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Wiggins.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
From the gun, Jackson. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Raven first down. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Aguilar, complete. And he's going to be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over. Now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Report! Hey, Ozzy, sit up!
First and goal, and it's Henry. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. Look wide. Get this one complete. From back at the 6-yard line, what can they do on 3rd and goal? Here's Jackson. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
Patterson now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Sit high.
This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
You got a mini base. Out.
Now Fields. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st down, it's Harris. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
One strike. Delta. Hey, going out. We're going out right here. Go.
Play action now for Fields. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he will get into the end zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jackson. He runs with it. Aguilar able to make the catch. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Real quick. Yo.
2nd down. Jackson. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Here we go. Right.
Off the play action, here's Fields. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. It's a gain of 10, and that's enough for a quick 1st down.
EQ. Right.
They go play action with Fields. He'll go right back to Fryermuth. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. On the give, it's Harris. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now, on 2nd and long.
Extend. Hey, carry. Tonight.
They'll drop to throw. Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Mike Williams. Touchdown, Steelers.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Not much happening there, just a short game. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Lamar going to work from the pistol. And that is incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll be 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender. And you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete. But if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. And they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Down to a knee here goes Jackson. And that should do it. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. EA Sports and the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. On the bootleg, it's Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson.
Got it. Ready.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. Here's Wilson. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his man. It's Pickens. 12 yards on that hookup. That's a Steeler first down. A run. Here's Harris. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. They face second down and 7. Wilson to throw. This one is complete. It's Pickens. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's a give left side to Harris. And he's into the end zone. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. First and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That one on target to Watson. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Let's go.
Love quickly out to Watson. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes.
And he's in! Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession one. What are you going to do in response on possession two? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Now Russ. Here's a screen set up for Warren. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a first down.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Second and 11. On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. Play action. It's Wilson. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. On the handoff, it's Harris. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Zebra.
They go play action now. Wilson under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Play action. Now Wilson. And that one is intercepted. Jair Alexander picks it off. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Mega. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. That's into the hands of T.J. Watt.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
14, find it. Touch 50.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got a man down the field. It's Austin. A pickup there of 28 yards.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Field, flat. Here we go, set. Quick, yellow. Set.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Cut. Good shot.
They go play action with Wilson. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Quay Walker. So, one touchdown apiece for our two teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. He'll take it in at the goal line. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a and he takes a big shot there on that return.
That's 35. Here we go, son. Go.
Give up the middle to Harris. A short gain up to the 20. Tyron Hopper there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go, son. All right.
Now toss left side for Harris. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
You got a mini bases. Can I?
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
Ready.
Love to throw it on 1st down. Look at that big man go. And he's going to take this one all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A run with Harris. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Hey, Karen.
He'll give it to Harris again. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, Karen. Tonight.
On 1st down, right back to Harris. Room to run past midfield. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Steelers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Love. He'll take a shot downfield for Musgrave. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And that will lead to a second down. On play action, Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end, downfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through three. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Tie game, fourth quarter. What a sequence looming here as we get to first and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will score. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Patterson now to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go. We're good. Angel. Right.
Play action now for Fields. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Alpha. Go.
Throwing again. Fields on second and 10. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Hey, can. Right.
Back to throw is Fields. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth.
11.
First down. Fields. Taking off. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
They'll come up for 2nd and 9.
Out. Here we go, side.
Fields. He'll tuck it and take off.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. Right.
Fields. Big strides. Look at him go. He is in. Pat Fryermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wait. Hut.
They'll drop to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Love. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Ready.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Check right. Here we go. Hut.
They'll go with Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to take this lead.
Ready.
Jacobs. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down.
Here we go. Set.
It is 2nd and a yard.
22 needle. Ready.
They'll stick to the ground. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And will stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. They'll run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Now they get the timeout. Interesting situation. Do they kick it here or run the risk of getting in another play possibly not getting it down in time. We'll see. So here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This to win the game. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
Here's first down.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. Is it all right?
Here we go. One final play. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone. Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go here in Cincinnati. This one taken at the 7. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
On one, ready?
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's get set. Set.
They'll run it for the first time with Case Brown. And he'll get ahead for about 3 on the first play from scrimmage. Second and 7.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Burrow. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
Well, that's certainly not what we were expecting to see, especially from a quarterback of this caliber. Opening drive, turnover. And let's hope for their sake, Mike, this is not a sign of things to come the rest of the day.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Harris. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it here with Warren. Heading outside, going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. Short, and it is going to be 4th down.
Mike, I have to be honest, when offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
Fields to throw for it. He'll try to run for it.
4th and short, initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the 1st down, and keeps this drive alive.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give, and here comes Harris. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. It was Cam Taylor-Britt with the tackle.
Here we go, son. Right.
Here's Warren. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. It is Logan Wilson up to make the play. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Hey, Here we go, son. Right.
Fields to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
A good return as he takes it across the 30.
On 2. 11, 11, 11. Dot.
A first down throw for Burrow. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And he's gonna be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter.
On 1, ready? Here we go. Dot.
They'll run here with Brown. Whoa! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using
11,
formations,
11.
using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He's got Gesicki open down the field. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Here we go. Dot.
On first down, Burrow. And he's in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They go play action with Fields. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. That is Trey Hendrickson, the veteran, in there to record the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Going to get that into the hands of his receiver, Mike Williams. And he's taken down up past the 35. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
Off the play action, here's Fields. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now, faking the give. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Now, Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
Here we go. Good night.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Ready?
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's a screen set up for Warren. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill. And the Bengals will take over at their own 15.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Stop! 11. Stop!
Burrow now to throw on first down. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This is a situation where you just have to be a little bit more decisive with the ball in your hand. I mean, at some point, it's got to come out. You cannot continue to stress your protection over time like he did here. And to take that hit,
that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run it for the first time with Cordero Patterson. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Geno Stone with the tackle. They face second down and 7. To throw is Fields. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. On the ground, here comes Patterson. And he'll convert, picking up the first down at the 46-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Here we go. Good.
Play action now for Fields. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here we go, Smite. Good night.
Give up the middle to Harris. He'll take it into the red zone. It's at the 19. Here's second and 9.
Here we go.
Now Fields. This one intercepted. Picked off by DJ Turner. And the Bengals are going to get the football at their own 23.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this We're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Here we go. Shot.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Catch left side is made by Higgins.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he's got a Bengals first down. He'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38.
Shot.
To throw is Burrow. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A carry here for Brown. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Gun. 11. 12. 11 MT. Shot.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. To the outside, it's looked in by Chase. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11 Thomas.
Higgins sent in motion.
Eleven.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Here we go. 11 mighty. Shot.
They'll drop to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Here we go.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Shot.
Here's Brown. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7. Sets up 3rd and 3.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Shot.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. I would imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Here's a run. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. They get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
They'll go with him again. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line.
11. 11 MT Tate. 11 MT Tate. 11 Thomas.
They'll try to run this one in. No place to run there. Good job by the D to stop him at the 2. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. So out now, Evan McPherson in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets him around 6 there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That's taken on the 7. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. And the Steelers will take over deep on their own side. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Now here's Ross. His first throw is an interception. And the 49ers bring this back inside the 10-yard line before going down. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an...
And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. For Darrell Patterson, now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Fred Warner. It's Warren on 3rd down. Has the first, but wants more. He's past the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down, and they go right back to him. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Charvarius Ward brings him down. On 2nd down, Warren. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Warren once more. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
He had some trouble with that kick, but still gets it to go in the bottom left corner. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Let's go now. Now it's Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Now a give. It's McCaffrey headed right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 48. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a 49er first down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The 49ers leading near the break. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun is Purdy. They'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. It's inside the 10. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers drive their lead to 11. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Wilson now off the play action. He puts some juice on a deep throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the 49ers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers push their lead to 18. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Wilson with it on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Starting from the 5. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Staying on the massive hit. The ball is out. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up what's ever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Cole Holcomb has it. And the Steelers will have the football shy of the 20-yard line. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Here's Wilson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Warren's got it, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Offense up to the line fast. Here's Wilson, fourth down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And the 49ers will be set up great after a terrific return down inside the 15. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Working quickly here. Now Purdy. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Third and short, here's Purdy. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. To throw again, it's Purdy. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. His third through the air this game. Go. He's throwing for it. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. All right, Brock, your time with Seattle and especially Indy, you were on the winning end of some blowouts. Is there any reason you'd have ever gone for 2 up this big?
Well, let's see. Mike Holmgren, Tony Dungy, my father. No, Kate, you would not ever do this because the football's got a funny way of coming back and humbling you. Maybe not in this game, but down the road, and I just don't like any part of this decision-making.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Pass taken in by Freiermuth. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Steelers have possession, but this game, pretty one-sided as we start the 4th. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Getting out to his left. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the 49ers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a short gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready?
They'll run with Harris. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Offense in the hurry-up here. Second down here, another give to Harris. And he's in for the touchdown. The Steelers putting up points in a game decided. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, Try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the second time around.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Purdy to throw it. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he pays the price for the interception. Big hit brings it into that return. Oh boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Looking for George Pickens that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Left pass. Cut. Fuck that. Good shot.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the 49ers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Play action now with Purdy. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Steelers will have it in excellent position. They're just inside the red zone at the 19. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Complete right side to Washington. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Hey,
Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run.
Cut.
Off play action, it's Fields. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
72.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Here's a loft deep down the middle. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made. They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Play action, it's Wilson. Throwing this back in the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down this. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Steelers get the football back across midfield before going down inside the 45-yard line on the return. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Ross off the play fake. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Couldn't find Mike Williams on that throw, so it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released, and that sure altered the throw.
Putting the tight end in motion. One final shot here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with a West Coast trip, they played their game and their And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the 49ers as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
I'm one, ready? Here we go. Eleven.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Gotta go.
So now they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Burrow changing the look.
12. 11 MT.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
'Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 21.
We got to keep scoring. 11. 11.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
11 MT paint. 11 Thomas.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. First carry for Najee Harris.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Six 0 our score after one. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now Wilson completes it to Austin. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Now Burrow going to change things up.
empty. 11. Stop.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Empty. 11 mighty. 11. Stop.
They go play action with Burrow. Buying under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
12. Stop.
Here's Burrow.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Now the stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
11 MT, tight. 11 MT, tight. 11, Thomas.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is. And
now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
11 MT, 11 MT. 12, 12, 12.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Boswell's kick is good, but hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
What?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.